Christy. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear
So
me?
sorry for the delay. I had a new student right before you, and she had a little bit of technical difficulties getting on.
Oh,
She's she's a teenager. She like a younger teenager. She was trying to
right.
figure it out. So we got a little bit of a later start, and so I was like,
Okay.
oh no, now I'm late.
No, no, no. That's okay. I've had my share of technical difficulties, so
Thank you so much for that, Grace. How are you? I've missed you, and I'm so excited to hear from you and hear what's been up in your life. I know you had just like so many different things going on the last time we talked,
I
and so
know.
I've been
It's not very
curious.
exciting. It's not exciting, Vandy. It's just regular. So, but that's okay. I got a new, like, I started doing bookkeeping for a school last
Oh,
year,
okay.
which was really nice and it worked out really well. And then
Yeah.
I was able to expand on that and I got an architect's firm.
Ooh,
So I
nice.
know, I was like, well, that's good. But
Fancy.
it was a super big learning curve because it was stuff that I had
Mm,
never done before, like
yeah.
billing styles and stuff like that. So that took a lot of like learning time. And mostly it's
Right.
just been, you know, go to work, get up, do blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
Every now and again, I
yeah.
do some, I've done a couple fun things, but
Yeah.
uh,
Oh
yeah, so
man.
not tons of fun, exciting stuff.
Well, and when you're starting a new job like that where you have a bunch of new things you have to learn, it's
Right.
just so hard. Like there's just only so much your brain can make decisions about and process in a given
Right.
day. And so I feel like, trying to really like focus on voiceover and starting a different new job, like that's just a lot.
Right. It
So,
was kind of like I was able to completely leave the pharmacy, which was amazing
oh yeah, I
because
know you were wanting to do
it
that.
was
Yeah.
horrible. It was horrible.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, but it's
Yeah, my mom used to work at a pharmacy and it was not her cup of tea. She's like worked in labs doing like testing and like she's
okay.
worked at like paper mills doing like chemistry stuff and different things, but like she working in a pharmacy was not her cup of tea.
Especially if it's like a corporate pharmacy, a big corporation. So,
Right. I could see that more like a small, like
yeah,
family owned or something. But
yeah,
yeah, if you're at like a big chain or something.
yeah. I was like, I learned a lot. I learned
Oh,
things that were necessary, and I'm glad I had the experience, but I'm glad
yeah.
really to be done with it.
You're like, thank you for that life experience. I learned a lot and
I
I
know.
learned I don't want to be there anymore.
I was I was talking to the principal of the school that I work with, and
Yeah.
he's so sweet. And
Oh,
she just like she got into this role thinking that, there was a calling on her life and this is what God wanted
Aw.
for her, even though she didn't
Yes.
want to do it. And she's like, I really didn't want to do it. She's like, I swore I would never do this again. And
Wow.
but she's so used to giving people their way, so not being
Oh,
able to always do that has caused all kinds of issues. And, people are just
yeah.
nasty, especially when they're paying for
They can be,
education.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
She, like, she was crying the other day, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, people shouldn't be mean to you. I was like, but,
I mean, somebody who's in education, I'm like, they are there because they care. Like, come
right,
on, people.
right.
Ugh.
She's not making millions, I can tell
I
you that.
know, yeah. I'm
She,
like, come on, guys. Every toddler learns do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
exactly,
It's like, come on, this is
exactly.
not rocket science.
It's
Just
not.
be
It's
nice, just be respectful.
I don't know why it's that difficult. I just, but I told her, I said, we learn how to do these things. And like, I was at the pharmacy and I learned how to kind of be tough and say no and just try not to care. And I stopped caring as much. I was like, maybe you should go
Oh,
in there for a little bit.
yeah.
I said, but
Oh,
sometimes I wonder, like, okay, God, if you're making me learn how to be tougher, what on earth do I have to worry about in the future?
yeah. It's like, please don't make me.
I know, right? I'm good.
I've
I'm
had
good
so
where
many
I'm
people in like counseling and things like
right.
tell me I'm resilient. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
I
no.
hate that word. I
I
am
hate
so
that
over that word. I don't want to have to be
word.
resilient. Please stop telling me I'm so resilient.
Exactly.
It's like, no, thank you.
Like, I just want to be a delicate flower. Is that asking too much?
Yeah, yeah. I tell my mom like when I was in middle school or something, like after a Sunday school lesson or something, I like started to pray that like God would give me patience, and she was like, "No, don't ever ask for that." I was like, "Oh no, I learned that quickly." I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
sheesh. I don't want that lesson."
I don't want to learn to be graceful. I don't want to learn to be patient.
Yeah, but I have actually had people be like, "Wow, you were so patient." And I'm like, "I have not always been, so thank you." My mom, she's always like, as a kid, you were the most impatient child
Oh,
I had ever known. She was like, "You're a lot like my dad. Like,
oh
neither of you are
gosh.
very patient." Like, I think we're both actually very compassionate people. We just get like impatient. Like, we just
Yeah,
like have energy and we know what we're doing and we're like, "Come on, guys, like let's
yeah, let's
go."
get it. Let's do it. Come on.
But yeah, I have been told that as I have gotten older and wiser, I have become more patient. And I'm like,
Well,
"Oh,
what a compliment.
thanks." Hopefully, I don't have to become more patient, but I do try to be like, I'm gonna get there when I'm gonna get there.
Yep. It only
Better
takes,
to be late than be dead.
right, exactly. Exactly. Holy moly.
When people are like honking at you to go at a roundabout, I'm like, I would rather be late than like get in an accident and die or have my car be destroyed. So,
Right?
I
Sorry.
think I'll just wait 5 more seconds. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm so glad that you're out of the pharmacy because I know that was stressful
Yeah.
and just made you feel lots of anxiety. So I'm really thankful that you're not there anymore. And I'm thankful that you have people that you're working with that you really like. I feel like that makes a huge difference when you're
It
working with
does.
people. You're like, I really enjoy these people. And you get to look forward to seeing them. And
Yes.
also, it sounds like you have had some new challenges, but like exciting things. That's like, oh, I'm learning new skills that are kind of cool and not nearly as frustrating as like customer service with people who are very frustrated.
No, no, not at all. Like, all
It's like,
right.
oh, I have to learn billing systems. Okay, I
Yeah,
can handle
I can
that.
do that. That's
Computers are
logical.
easier than people.
Yeah.
They don't have emotions.
I know.
I just
And
have to
it's
push the buttons in the right order.
exactly. And it's so weird because like nobody really talks to each other. They all just put there's only six people there.
Yeah.
And they all just put their earbuds in and
And
just
just
work.
focus. Yeah.
And
Just get it
it's
done.
so bizarre. But
Oh,
I'm like, okay, I can listen to all my podcasts. I can listen to all my books.
yeah.
I can
Oh, my friend Amanda, she has a job where she's like, yeah, I just do like data entry. And she's like, I just sit there and I do the data entry from the forms. And she's like, I can just like listen to music or listen to podcasts. And she's like, it's
it is
great.
pretty exciting.
Yeah, and she doesn't have to deal with people. I mean, she's a people person, but it's kind of exhausting dealing with people constantly.
It is.
So yeah, I went to school with her and she's just a gem and just like
Aw.
a bubbly person. I'm like, man, like I put you in the front window.
Yeah, right.
But she was like, oh, it's so great. I just like get to go back to my little desk in the corner and put my
Oh,
headphones on and she
I
loves
like
that.
it. And you can
Yeah.
stop and talk to people if you want to
If you
in the
want to.
office and,
Yeah,
chit chat for a
exactly.
minute, then get back.
Go to the water cooler, have a chit
Mhm.
chat,
Yep,
get some chips
absolutely.
at the vending machine and then go back to it.
I know. That's the best.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm so glad. It sounds like it's a lot less stressful.
It
But yeah,
is.
I know that the process of all the changes and starting new things
Yeah.
is just frustrating. And I know you've kind of had this journey of like figuring, like, I feel like I'm kind of like that too. I get bored, so I
Yeah.
like to do different things. Um, but yeah, it's like I'll do different things because I'm like, I just get itching to do something else that's
Right?
interesting and new. And I'm just like, that would be fun. Um, so I'm kind of similar in that way, but I know, you've had some things that you were like, this is not my favorite. I don't want to be doing this. Like,
No.
yeah, like I know some of them you really enjoy, but like other things you're like, oh, not so much.
Yeah.
I'm curious because I know you had like multiple projects that
Yeah.
were kind of like, on the table at the time. So where are you at with everything voiceover wise now? And then also, as we're starting this new year, we're coming out of the holidays. I feel like no one gets anything done over the
Yeah.
holidays. Um, but like as we're coming out of the holidays, and starting the new year, what would be like some of your intentions, things you want to be focusing on and working towards this year? So just kind of like where you've come from since I saw you, and
Yeah.
then moving forward, what we're kind of thinking about here.
I think since the last, I think I just completed one thing that was at like a donation gift
Oh
to
yeah, okay.
the lady that I did counseling with. Like she has a little book
Oh
and I just kind of
right, yeah.
so I did
Which
find
is great experience, and it's
yeah,
something you can share with people. You get your voice out there. You can put it on your resume. So
right.
I think it's it's like
Yeah.
it's not a bad thing to
It's a
do.
no, and it's been sitting there for like 2 years. So I was like,
Yeah.
let's just get one thing done.
Well, and
So
then too, other people, might hear the book, like, other counselors or other people,
right.
like, ministers or whoever, are like, oh, I wrote a book, like, who might be
Yeah.
like, oh, I like that voice. And, they might reach out. So,
Yeah. Which
being
would
sure
be
that you have
awesome.
some way to access you or find you, like, on the internet somewhere so that people
Yeah.
can hunt you down, too. So sometimes just having it out there, opportunities will find you. So,
Yes.
yeah.
And then I really dropped the ball on one thing, but I'm hoping that I can kind of pick it back up and
Oh.
and resolve like I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna use like my family as an excuse and like, hey, all these things happened to me and I'm sorry I dropped the ball,
I
but
mean, I don't think family is really an excuse. It's like
right.
legit,
I'm like,
I mean, I think it's for real. Like, I mean, to me, I'm like, yes, it's an excuse, but it's a
right.
legitimate excuse.
It is.
Like,
Like since my brother had his stroke last year, like
oh,
he lives with my parents, which essentially like took my parents away from being able to do things for me. So
oh,
I was like, well, now how
you're
am
like,
I
I
gonna
get
get straightened
it, but
out?
also I miss you helping me,
I know.
and you probably
So
miss them too.
yeah,
It's like,
well, fortunately they live like 15 minutes away now,
that's
so
great.
I have all of my Amazon packages shipped there.
Oh, and then you
So
can
I
just pop
just
in and see them.
yes,
And be like, I had a package dropped off.
yes,
I'm gonna
yeah,
pop in. We'll have tea.
yes. So, and then I get to see my brother a little more, and that's
Yeah.
fine. And he's actually doing speech therapy,
Okay.
and yeah, and they're teaching him with kids books because he
Nice.
did
Yeah.
speech therapy for a little while where they were working on just speaking. And now they're like, you sound like you're really mean all the time.
Oh no. Yeah, and I mean that is like part of, having had a stroke. It's it's tough.
It's a lot. Yeah. So, but those kinds of things are nice.
So now like trying to sound nicer and like more
Well, yeah,
expressive and
yeah. Because,
more
and also
polite.
like
Yeah.
learning from a person who always wants to be liked, learning to
Yes.
realize that it's not personal, it's just the way
Mhm.
he talks was kind of,
Yeah.
you know,
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I've known several people who, not several, but maybe like a few people that I like interacted with who had, pretty regularly, who had strokes, and it's crazy how, they can go from being like the most warm and like personable and engaging and generous and like kind and jolly spirit, and then afterwards they're like, you're like, oh, like they just sound like they're being really rude and cantankerous
yeah,
all the time, and you're like, oh. And
yeah,
you just have to, yeah, that's why like I try to give people grace if I don't know them or whatever. I'm like, maybe they're neurodivergent, maybe they
right.
have had a stroke, maybe they're just having a really bad day. I don't know. Maybe they're distracted and didn't realize.
Yes. Yeah. Yay, Grace.
I know, but it is, yeah, it's especially heartbreaking when it's someone you're close to, someone you love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but what I kind of dropped the ball on is I met this like sci-fi author at a Comic-Con thing.
Oh, fun.
I know. And I was like, he doesn't really know who I am because he didn't take my
Yeah.
information, but he gave me a card and he was like, oh, you might be a good fit for this character in this book. And I was
Oh,
like, oh, okay, well, that'd be
yes.
fun. And his books were relatively short.
Yeah,
So,
I would say though, you
uh,
definitely want to reach back out.
yeah, I know.
And be like, hey, so, if you still need people, I'd
Right,
love to be involved.
right. Oh my word.
Because that could turn out to be a really amazing opportunity, especially if they, continue building an audience and like going to Comic-Con and, continue putting things out. That
Yeah,
could be a really great resource. And then too, you could be invited to go to things like Comic-Con. And if people are listening to you and like you, like they pay to take photos with you and all
right.
kinds of things. I have a friend who basically he's like, yeah, I'm just sort of like living off of going to conventions. He's like, I go to one or two a month and it pays all my bills and then some. So he's like, I'm just like
Oh,
riding this wave of this thing that like has a little cult following and they pay like $80 to take a picture with me. And
that's
it
pretty
makes their
incredible
day
though. Yeah.
and that it pays all my New York bills and I can try to find my next gig.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
I mean I feel like it definitely you never know where it's gonna go.
Yeah,
So like I have a buddy who does like sci-fi comic book stuff and then he hires actors. I haven't actually like worked with him on his projects, but like we're very supportive of each other doing
yeah,
our own things and I'm like you never know, maybe we'll collaborate in the future. So even just like being friendly and staying in touch and being encouraging at some point might end up being a good thing. And I've seen him go from like little tiny indie guy that no one knows over a handful of years. He's like very dedicated to going to conventions and like, you know, being on social media and things. And I mean, I've seen him get a pretty loyal following. If you even have 1,000 followers who buy
right.
everything you put out, you're going to be able to live off of that. So it's like, I mean, he's like built up thousands of followers who are very loyal to him now. And so, you just want to always be encouraging, always keep those connections. Um, you know, stay in touch with people. Even if you're like, I'm too busy or I have other things going on, at
Right.
least follow up and stay in touch because at some point it might pay off.
Yes.
So, yeah, I
Yeah.
would say definitely reach out and be like, hey, I hope you had a wonderful holiday season. Happy New
Yeah.
Year. Um, I just found your card that you gave me and realized we had never connected after the convention. Would love to hear what you're working on. And, if you still think I might be able to help out in any way, I'd love to connect, you know.
Okay.
So just like, just reach out
Yeah.
with
Absolutely.
updates. Yeah.
That'll be my goal this month.
Cool. Awesome.
Yes.
I'm curious, whatever happened with the Australia thing?
I mean, I kind of am working on it off and on, but like I still haven't heard from that lady. And I was like, I'd really
Oh,
like to finish it and have it done. Um,
yeah.
just for the sake of having it done. But
hmm And
um
and like we don't know what's going on in her life,
right.
You never know.
I
But
heard, well, so my friend that introduced me to her said that she had gotten engaged and she was kind of working on that. Her,
yeah, like getting married, planning a
well,
wedding,
and her
that can be a lot.
fiance, she met him through like a right people in prison thing. So
Oh,
he was very like a reformed whatever. And
yeah.
so, I'm
A little
sure.
complicated.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, she'll get around to it when she gets around to it, but then at least I can just be like, this is
I'm
what you get.
done. Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah.
I hope you like it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's just a lot of life stuff going on there.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but you're like, I would like to move on. Yeah. So, I like that idea. Just like get it finished
Right.
and be like, hey, it's done. Put it in a Dropbox where she can access it or whatever and be like, it's there.
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, because it just could be like overwhelm. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I drop the ball a lot. I'm like, never be afraid to text me 5 times in a row
Okay.
because I might just be busy. I might truly not have seen it. I am not just ignoring you. I
Yeah.
just have severe ADHD. I get hyper focused on things. Sometimes I get overwhelmed, and I'm like, I care. I
Yeah.
just might have missed it.
Yeah.
So Or it might just be like a bad time. I might have gotten a flu or something, you know?
Right. Absolutely. Oh my
So,
word.
so yeah, so I say go ahead and just finish it off because you had developed some really great character voices and things too.
Yeah, I
So I
thought
just
so.
would love for it to be out there,
Yeah.
and for you to be able to take clips from that and like post those. And so yeah, I think it would be great to because I know you put so much good work into that and you
Yeah.
developed amazing character voices. You really worked hard on your accents and all of that. So yeah, so I would love to see it be
Okay.
something that,
Well, if
gets
you want it,
completed
then it's
and out in
getting
the
done.
world. I thought were doing beautiful work on it. So
Yeah.
I was very excited about the project and
Yeah.
I just want to see it reach people. So
Yeah, absolutely.
and I would like to listen to it. So
Okay, perfect.
I love books and I have
Yeah.
friends in book clubs too that are not even the
Okay.
ones I'm in. And I can be like, hey, I think you would love this book. I can
Yeah.
recommend it to people. So yeah.
So cute. It is
And
a
I can be
cute book.
like, my student did the narration.
Yay! I will say that I thought of you. I listened to this book series called Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Oh,
Don't know if it's really your thing, but I was like, I bet Vandy's husband would love this.
maybe. Yeah. He's,
So,
you know, it
yeah.
could be
So
Dungeon Crawler Carl.
it's a
Let me look this up.
a guy who kind of like the world collapses, aliens take over, and they make everything into like a weird video game. So like you have to
Oh,
certain levels, and the guy
that
who
is pretty cool.
narrates it is astounding. And he's so entertaining. Yeah, so
Yay.
I was like,
Oh.
oh, I listened to all of, I think there was like 5 books, and I listened to them like in 2 weeks. So it,
Wow. I sometimes do that too. I find a narrator that I'm like, oh my gosh, they're amazing. And I
right.
just want to listen to like everything they've done.
Yeah. I'm like, and the story was good. So I'm like,
Yeah. Oh, I
super
love
awesome. Yeah.
that. That is fun. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Awesome. I'm going to check it out.
Okay.
That is so cool. Yeah, I'm curious now who the narrator is. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check
Okay,
it
doke.
out. All right. Well, I'm curious. So I'm curious at this point then, kind of thinking ahead to this year, what would you say are the things that you're like, I would really love to work towards these things or kind of set an intention
Yeah.
to like if you created a vision board for your voiceover journey this year, what would
hmm
that be?
Um, I know that I need to like update all of my profiles. So that
Okay.
is like the biggest thing that I think
Yeah.
that I need to do. Um,
Okay.
and then let's see.
I'm going to take notes on our goals.
Okay.
So that's the biggest thing, which
Yeah.
I think now is a perfect time. Pretty much every
Yeah.
year in January, like when the holidays are ending, the new year's starting, I like send my agents updated things and I make sure that my websites and everything are updated.
Okay.
And because, and like my resume, because sometimes I've done things that I like totally forget. So I have to go back and be like, what did I do this year? And then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man, I have not added like 20 things to my resume, or whatever.
Right.
So, yeah, so I think it's a good time. It's a
Yeah.
fresh start. Make sure everything's updated. I
Yes.
love it. So
So
that's number one.
yes.
I'm
I would,
curious as far as like genres and
yeah.
things that you enjoy doing. Like, what would be your ideals? The things that you're like, I would just really enjoy working on these types of projects, that kind of thing.
Um, I think that I would be very good at like rom-com kind of books.
Yes, I think
Um,
so.
yeah, I think
Yes.
that that would just be easy. I
Mhm.
think it wouldn't
It'd
be
be
super
fun.
complicated. Yeah, they're cute stories and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
I would like to be able at some point to do like, I don't know, like serious sci-fi or something like that, but like
Yeah.
just to kind of build momentum. I think that the short and sweet kind of books are what I would do well at.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Well, and honestly, I think like rom-com romance in general, it's a very, very popular genre. And
Right.
like it's a genre that there are always more books coming out. If you find authors that really love working with you, they'll just use you again and again. So,
Okay.
if we get you a few authors that are like, I love your voice, I love working with you, then they'll just keep coming back to you. So
Yeah.
I think that's a really good, place to focus in on. And a lot of them have where it's like the chapters switch, where it's like the guy's perspective, the girl's
Yeah.
perspective. And so you really only have to create like two main voices, and it's like
Right.
my voice, a guy voice, and a girl voice, you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
And it kind of stays like pretty simple narration wise.
Yeah.
But it definitely has a style to it. But I definitely think that would be pretty easy for you.
Yeah.
And I think you would just fit that niche really well. Um, so yeah, I definitely think that's a great place to focus. They've got like little novellas as well, so it could be like an hour and a half long, or it could be a 5 hour long, or it could be an 8 hour long, So they
Right.
have like different lengths of books, like all kinds of series. People get really into something and then they're like, I'm gonna read the whole series.
Right.
So, and if you, I highly recommend one, looking at the books ratings on Amazon.
Mhm.
Two, check out the author's page on Amazon as well. See like if they have other books out as well and what the ratings are on those books. And then additionally, like check out if they have any social media as well and like how they promote the books. If they seem like they have a good following, that's someone to like dedicate more time to the audition for. And then especially focus on like the first in a series. So it's like this is the series and it's like the first or second book.
Okay.
Um, but like number one, if you like lock in a series with the first one and then it has like 8 books, you might get to do them all.
That would be
A
awesome.
lot of the time they're like, hey, can you do the rest of them too? And
Right.
then you'll just end up like you just keep having more. So I think that's a really good resource. I would also be open to doing like mafia romance or sports romance or other things
Yeah.
too. Just like general romance because there are a
Okay.
lot of different like tropes and things that people have,
Right.
like grumpy sunshine,
Yeah.
or whatever. So but yeah, I definitely think that's a good area for you to focus in on. I
Yeah.
definitely could see you thriving in that.
Okay.
So yeah, I love that idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Yay.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I'm curious, do you have any like authors that you especially kind of gravitate towards as far as like that genre?
honestly don't usually read that genre.
Okay.
It's not like my,
Right, it's not
like,
like
I don't have
your cup
anything
of tea, but
against
yeah.
it, but it's just not, if I'm going to choose to
Yeah.
do it, it's not really
I
where.
honestly a lot of the time find it kind of boring, but
Yeah.
narrating wise, I love doing romance.
Right.
I think
Like,
it's so fun.
okay. Okay.
So yeah.
No, there was one lady that I did read a couple of her books, and I can't remember what her name was, but like
Oh, okay.
they were funny. They were absolutely
Yay.
hysterical. And like that is more my
Witty.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
totally get that. Totally, totally. Um, so then I'm gonna see if I can find some. I'm just gonna focus on ACX first, just because
okay.
it's like so easy for me to help search for things. Um, so I know you mentioned sci-fi, but we're just gonna focus on romance for right
Yeah, that's fine.
now. Language, English, of course. Accents. We're just gonna narrow down the accents as well. I'm just gonna kind of narrow things down really well for right now. Okay. So there is a mistletoe mishap. Looks cute.
Okay.
It's a friends to lovers fake relationship holiday novella. It's only 2 hours by Lila Gray.
Okay.
And it has 4.7 stars on Amazon. Yay!
Okay.
It's got a handful of ratings. So like, my guess is it came out like pretty recently, this holiday season or whatever. Um, They're offering royalty share or royalty share plus. I recommend going royalty share plus if possible,
Okay.
because you'll get like the 20% royalty share, but you'll also get an hourly rate on top of that. Plus, when you do royalty share plus, you are earning points towards going union. So I definitely recommend that. Here's the
Okay.
link to this one. So I think that could be a good one to try. I think holiday ones are actually really fun.
Yeah.
Personally, I think they tend to be really cute. It's also mistletoe mishap. Like it sounds like it's going to be kind of fun, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they say it's like Hallmarky.
Okay.
It's dual point of view, so it's going to switch back and forth. It has light banter, gentle romantic tension, emotional intimacy. Yeah, it's got humor and heart, they say.
Yay.
Yeah, I feel like this would be a good one to kind of get you going in that direction. And since we're leaving the holiday season, I don't know, maybe in Christmas in July, people might, get more into it in the next holiday season. But um, but yeah, so I think it looks cute and I think it could be a good one to take a look at just to kind of get us started. Um, let's see. That one looks a little intense. Did you find the link to that one
I
in the
did.
chat there?
Yes.
Perfect. Great. I found one that it's the first in a series. It's Catalyst, Savior Complex series, book one.
Ooh, fancy.
It's 6 hours. It has 4.3 stars and almost 200 ratings on Amazon, which is great. So a lot of people have read it and people seem to like it. It seems a little
Okay.
like it's romance, but it seems a little like it could be like sci-fi action adventure kind of a feel,
Okay.
maybe. Superhero fantasy. But there's
Ah,
also a love triangle type thing, I think. Yeah. Okay.
okay.
It seems like a good, and it's the first in a series. Yay. So this might be a little bit more challenging, like you were saying, more like going towards sci-fi kind of
Right.
a vibe. But it still is romance. It's the first in a series, and the author is well read and appreciated, it looks like. She does have a pen name. She put her real name on there too. But yeah, I think those two would both be great to check out and audition for.
Okay.
Let me see here. This is either royalty share or royalty share plus. So they are open to royalty share plus. So I would try to do that anytime possible.
Okay.
Just because one, you get a little bit of cash in hand on top of the royalty share. With both of these, it does seem like some people have read them. So like you'll probably get some listeners. They've got a little bit of an audience. The Savior Complex series, a bigger audience, which is great. But also, like I said, you can start gathering union points. So it helps you work towards that. So,
Yay.
yay. And then people have to pay you better. Yay.
Yay.
So, those two I think would be great to look at. A little contrasting vibe, but still things I think you'd be really good for.
Okay.
Yeah. So, were you looking at the audition script for the first one?
Yes.
Cool. And what do you think so far? Like, what have you sort of gathered?
If I can get back to the right screen. Oh, there it is. Um, it looks a little it does. It looks like very hallmarky.
Yeah.
Like it would be good, like kind of a good, not over the top is not what I want to say, but like it would be a good I don't know, bubbly kind of thing.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like more fun and light and
Yeah.
bubbly.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So yeah, it is
Cool.
cute.
Cool. I found another that I think would be a little bit of a bigger project. It's 12 hours long, but it has multiple female characters. It's romance and it's the first in a four-book series and it has some good it's already had some reviews on there. They're not like the best reviews, but they're not terrible either. They're like, it's got like 3.5. So, um, but it doesn't matter because they're doing per finished hour. So they're offering
Oh,
100 to
okay.
200 per finished hour. So if it's 12 hours long, you're making between, 1,000 to 2,000-ish something.
Um, can I ask you a question
Yeah.
quickly about when you edit those, do you go through and just use the oh, I'm trying to think. Do you go through and cut out each breath or do you just use a tool to
Yeah, a good
okay.
question. I don't go through and cut out each breath. So if you take noise reduction
Yeah.
software, you
Hmm.
highlight just an audible breath, you
Okay.
analyze that breath sound, and
Okay.
then you apply that noise reduction to the entire track. It's going to find all of your breath sounds and take them out,
Okay.
or it will minimize them drastically.
Okay.
I personally think when you actually physically cut them all out, it starts
Yeah.
to sound like too fake,
Okay.
too fake, too clean, and it
Okay.
stops sounding human.
Okay.
It like definitely you can over edit to the point that it starts sounding like fake and robotic-y and like computery to me.
Right.
And we don't want that.
Yeah.
No,
No.
we don't want to start sounding like people go like, is this AI?
Yeah.
Which it wouldn't be that bad. It's just like it's too clean and it starts to feel unnatural. I would also say the majority of the time people are listening in their car or on their phone,
Right.
or like with little earbuds. And so they're not listening with like as good of quality as what we're listening for.
Right.
So I
Right.
like to also play it on like my car speakers or something where I go, what does this
Okay.
actually sound like? And then I go, can I actually hear that? And
Yeah.
usually I don't. So yeah. So I would say use noise reduction like generally, like get the room tone and
Okay.
then apply the noise reduction, but then also find your breaths. Find like, a breath somewhere in there that's audible.
Okay.
Highlight just that, analyze it, and then select the entire chapter, apply the noise reduction. It'll go through and search for that sound in particular,
Okay.
and it'll take that out.
Okay.
Or minimize. Depends on
Because
the settings. Yeah.
it's just too much. Um,
I get that. We also, though, practice to have a more quiet breath.
right.
Another thing you want to watch for is I don't want to be, woo, sorry, I'm knocking things over. My bad. My wires are a little filled. But I don't want to be like here,
Right.
right? You're going to
Right.
hear them a lot more. So what I want is to be sure I've got four fingers. So I want
Okay.
to check that I'm always four fingers away. Some of the time when it's like really audible breaths, the thing that I notice in the setup for people is that they're just way too close. So make sure that you're always a little bit farther away. Um, uh, and then also work on having more silent breaths. One thing you can do is try to breathe through your nose. That'll just automatically be quieter. You will have longer pauses because you breathe more slowly if you breathe through your nose, which it's narration, so it's okay if you go a little
Right.
bit slower. I think just because I'm a little more high energy naturally and like ADHD, I tend to listen to books. Some people get really weird about this, but I tend to listen at like 1.25 speed because I'm like, I want the
I,
integrity of their expression, but I also am like, I need this info.
yeah, no.
My
I
brain works faster than this. But generally this style, like people tend to go a little slower with narration
yes.
generally. Um, my husband listens to stuff on like 2 times speed, and I'm like, my brain cannot. I'm overwhelmed.
I I do
But
1.5. Every now and again
Mhm.
with like a British narrator, I'll because they
Yeah.
seem to talk slower, I'll do
Mhm.
like 1.75.
Yeah.
I can't do two. I haven't read
I do have some narrators that go like, I can't, and I like bump it up. I'm
I
like,
know.
I also have had books where I'm like, I really would like to be able to listen to this instead of read it just for time and like doing
Yeah.
other things. And I just can't because I'm like, oh, they're just way too slow. And like, even when I bump it up, it just sounds unnatural and weird. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh. But, that's personality and stuff too.
Right.
That's why like sometimes I'm like, I just love this narrator and I go listen to all their books.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah, so yeah, I mean that totally makes sense. So I would say just keep in mind, people can adjust the speed. You want to express effectively, but if you need to slow it down a little bit, that's perfectly
Right.
okay. And
Okay.
then, you know, another thing is practice your breathing where you're opening your throat. Like sometimes we keep the throat a little more like closed, the vocal folds more closed, and we're like, you have the
Yeah.
audible breaths. So just practicing being like, where you open the throat more
Okay.
when you breathe and just practicing like, can I do more quiet breaths? So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's something that we can practice for.
Yeah.
Those more like silent or like almost inaudible breaths as well.
Okay.
But I also think sometimes I want an audible breath. Sometimes as a
Well, yeah.
character, I want to be
Yeah.
like,
Well, yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
something. Um, so there are uses for it. But yeah, I think practicing with like breathing through the nose and practicing expanding in the throat so it's a little more open, so we get less resistance, that kind of thing. Um,
Okay.
but also check like how far away you are and then try the noise reduction tip. Um, I would also say like check your settings because if it's like a subtle noise reduction, you might like try it 2 or 3 times, so sometimes I'll keep it like a lighter effect and then I'll just apply it a couple times.
Okay.
That way I don't like apply it and it's like that's way too much and then
Right.
but sometimes I just figure out what I like and then I just adjust the settings and I'm like, oh, I like it doing a little bit more than that but not quite that much, and I figure out
Okay.
what the setting is. ACX saves your settings. I think sometimes if you like update it, it might not, and you might have to go reset them, but usually it'll save your settings that you used on a previous project. And then you can just like go back in and it'll have
Oh,
the same
can you
setting.
record straight into ACX?
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Audacity.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Audacity. I
I was like,
apologize. I
oh,
used the
cool.
wrong word.
It's
And
okay.
then after you finish your recording and export it, put it into the audio analysis thing that
Yes.
they have for ACX,
ACX.
and it'll tell you. And even honestly, if you're working on a different platform, ACX, as far as I've seen, is the most strict about their parameters. So it's
Okay.
like if it works for them, it'll work for everyone else too. So honestly, like they have very, very strict conservative parameters, and like other places are not as strict. So, but I'm like, hey, like if it fits, if
If
it
it
works,
works
it's
there,
pretty
then it'll
good.
be
Yeah.
great everywhere.
Um, yeah. And what's cool too is like ACX will also like if you're working on there quite a lot, they actually will go through and like find narrators that they're like, oh, they edit really beautifully and like do a good job. And they like will put like a stamp of approval on you. It's like
Oh, okay.
ACX certified or approved or whatever. And then now they have a feature where the authors and publishers can like search for that as well.
Okay.
Um, so you'll like pop up higher in search results and things too. So
Okay.
taking
Super.
taking time with your editing,
Yeah.
but I don't think you need to go through and actually cut every single breath. I
Okay.
think that's overkill, and I also personally don't like the sound of it. I think it
Okay.
starts to sound too overdone. It's kind of like sometimes people like over apply effects and things and it starts to
Right.
sound metallic. Like there are just
Right.
little things that's like that's too much. Like we want you to sound real.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't listen to AI narrated things. I
No.
can tell. Also, ACX does now have a thing where you can do settings to like record and then have AI use your voice to do narration.
Ew.
I highly recommend that you like put on your profile, like, I am 100% real, no AI here, and
Okay.
I am human, and I will like take time with your book and actually put human emotion and stuff into it. Because they do have that as an option now, but I feel like you can definitely hear it. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
absolutely, I can tell. Um, and it's just disappointing to me too. Like, I haven't actually read all their contracts either. I don't trust it. Like, I don't want to give people permission to use my voice in any
No.
AI capacity. Um, so I have not actually read the contract, so I can't say maybe it's a good contract. I don't know. I don't trust people to use my voice for AI, so I'm like, I'm not going to
No.
give you permission, but it's also just like the moral standards of it and also just the future of the industry in general and everything. I'm like, no. And then also like the unions are fighting really, really hard
Yeah.
to keep our rates and whatnot. So I'm like, yeah, I personally am not going to buy into that stuff. And I feel like authors should want real people because they should be supporting artists as well because they are artists. And
Agree.
that was the whole first union fight was like the writers being like, hey, pay
Yeah.
us and stop using AI.
Right?
Use humans. So that was like where it all started with the AI fights with the unions. So, yeah, I just think authors should be supporting other artists. So don't do it is what
No
I
AI.
encourage. I
No,
mean, if you do, I'm not going to hate you or anything, but
that's fine.
I just strongly suggest that you don't because
No,
it's just sort of like hurting everyone in our industry. And it
I,
sounds fake, and I feel like it just makes you look like a sellout. So, anyway.
yeah.
Okay, so the first two books that I
Yes.
linked, I would definitely ask for a royalty share plus.
Okay.
See, like, I always sort of put feelers like, what is your budget for this? Um, and then, I come back afterwards with, well, my typical rate is this. Like I say, my typical minimum is this, but then I go, am I willing to take that or not? Because it's royalty share.
What?
But yeah, I would definitely try to get royalty share on those. The last one, we don't care that she doesn't have as many reviews and readers because she's paying hourly.
Yay.
Now keep in mind it's 100 to 200 per finished hour rate. You want to make 3 times what you need an hour. So that means if you get 100 per finished hour, that means you're getting 33 an hour, right? And if you
Okay.
did 200, you're getting 66 an hour, right? So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Figure out like what do I need to make hourly to make this worth my time? And then you times it by 3, and then that is your minimum per finished hour rate. Okay.
Okay.
I would say because royalty share plus, you're getting hourly plus the royalty share, you
Hmm.
can go, okay, what's like maybe half of my hourly rate I need, and then times that by 3
Okay.
would be a good way to say like what's my minimum. So if you're like I need $25 an hour to like pay my bills and stay on top of things and like live a decent life, then your per finished hour minimum needs to be 75 an hour. And then if I was doing royalty share plus, I would say half of 75, right? So that would be
Okay.
32.50 would be my minimum with the royalty share plus. So that's how I Yes, that's how I was like, did I do the math right? Yes. So that's how I would calculate that for yourself. But you can
Okay.
also always, if they kick back, be like, well, here are union rates. I am experienced. I am professional.
Right.
I'm not charging you that. I'm offering you, less. So,
Right.
so yeah. Anyway, so I always be like, well, if they kick back, be like, here are the union rates, and I really can't
Right.
live off of that. So
Yeah.
sorry, good luck.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah. Figure out what you're willing to do. Sometimes I will take a little bit less. It just kind of depends on the project. Is it like a passion project? Is it an author I love working with? Whatever.
Right.
So you figure out for yourself. Once you're union, though, you won't be able to negotiate anymore. So keep that in mind too.
Okay.
Okay, you have to go with union minimums as the minimum. So, all right. So then, we've got those three.
Hmm.
I would start with the cute Hallmark one because it's real short. It's like a
Yeah.
little novella and it's fun and it's supposed to be
Yes.
humorous as well, which you said you like.
Yeah.
The second one is a little more like intense, like action adventure, like maybe fantasy world kind of thing, with romance. And it's a little bit longer, but not crazy long. Those are both royalty share plus. And then the last one I linked is the one that's per finished hour, where you're going to have multiple female characters that you'll have to voice, which I think would be a good challenge. It also has a romance, but it's also long. It's like 12 hours and it's the first in a 4-book series. But because it's per finished hour, it might, be worth doing because it's like cash in hand. Yay.
Yay.
Sometimes you're just like, I just need a per finished hour book. Thanks. But
Yeah.
royalties are also nice when you're just like, ooh, money just popped into my account. Hey.
Every now and again I get 12 cents. It's amazing.
Yay. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, Amazon's good about just like sending it. A lot of places will like wait until they have like, $50 and then they send it.
Right.
But Amazon, you'll just be like, oh, 30 cents. Thanks.
Woohoo.
Cool. You know? But I mean, you get a quarter, 20 times. And it's like, all right,
All right, I can
sweet.
buy soda now.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, we're gonna focus in on romance. Um, so all of the ones that I sent you are just a general American dialect.
Okay.
So they're not picky about dialect. However, I'm
Yes.
curious, do you have any particular dialects, other than just like your natural dialect that you feel like you might want to explore?
I feel like I got pretty comfortable with the Australian dialect.
Well,
Um,
yeah, you were working
yeah,
on it
right.
a lot. Yeah.
And I feel like I can do a fairly solid Scottish without having a
Yes,
lot
I
of
agree.
complications.
I
Um,
agree with that. Yeah.
or like without
I'm
having to think
listening
about
to an audiobook right now that has British and Scottish and
it.
it's very
Okay.
fun. And I'm constantly like saying words and things. My husband
Right?
like I'm in my headphones and I'm just like saying funny things and my husband's like laughing at me.
What is going
I'm
on
like
there?
cleaning the bathroom and just saying weird,
Yeah,
Scottish phrases.
they're fun to
Yeah.
say. I
They
mean,
are fun.
it's
I
fun.
agree.
It's a fun little dialect.
I agree. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a little like gravelly. Like it
it
feels a little
is.
like rougher. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I like the contrast too with the characters that are like British and then Scottish because I can like play with like saying a British phrase and then a Scottish phrase,
Right.
kind of fun. Yeah, I love that. So those two are ones that you're like, I feel like I got pretty darn good at these. So I think those
Yes.
are ones that you maybe, just to like kind of keep those polished up, go find some books that have some characters that have that.
Okay.
Um, and what I usually do is I'll say like I am American, but I love doing accents and dialects. And so then when I audition, I'll usually say like I can do the whole thing, but usually I'll narrate in my voice and then I'll do the characters with their different dialects.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
typically how I approach that. Um, so yeah,
Okay.
that's my normal go-to way of doing it. But it kind of depends on the person. Like
Yeah.
if you have where it's all from the main character's point of view, well then the whole thing, like the narration is the character. So it kind of depends
Right.
on okay, so I think we had said we're gonna try to meet once a month.
Yes.
So I'm curious, between now and when I see you again,
Yeah.
what are you gonna try to do before then?
I'm gonna update my profiles. Uh,
Yay. And if you want,
yay.
you can send me a link to them so I can check them
Okay.
over and just be like, here's my impression, or I can be like, hey, like this is funky. Or I can be like, that looks great.
Yeah.
So yeah. If you want, you can just like send me a link to those after you get them updated. I'd love that.
Okay.
So that's
And
number
then,
one.
yes, and then I need to reach out to that author.
Yes.
I need to read his book first and make sure that I like it or that
Or
it's
at least
something
like
that
a
I can.
snippet. Like go check out like the samples
Yeah,
and
like
whatnot. Yeah.
I just kind of scroll through to make sure it's not like, South African or,
That
like
you're like, I don't think this is,
Chinese. And I'm like, I don't think I can do that. Um,
there are some that I go like, I don't know how to do that yet. It was funny. I had somebody like invited me to audition for something not too long ago where it was Finnish, a
oh,
Finland accent. And I was like,
okay.
ironically, my great grandparents immigrated from Finland,
Ah,
but I have no idea how to sound like I'm from Finland. So I was like, I would love to. However,
yeah.
I have no free. I was like, there's the deadline. There's no way.
Yeah, no. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a funky one. I've
I know.
seen,
I was like, ooh, that's very niche.
yeah. I saw one recently that was Latvian and I was like, "Oh, well,
Very
awesome.
cool.
Yeah,
Good
good.
luck with that.
Awesome.
Find the right person. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
I'm sure there's a
Awesome.
Latvian actor out there who will do great.
Exactly. Exactly. Cool. So do you want
Yeah.
to try going through the audition script for that first book then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, awesome. Let's try it.
All right. Let me get back to
So
my
that first little read through,
Yeah. Okay.
because I would love for you to just go ahead and get the audition in today
Okay.
for this one,
Okay.
if
So
you're feeling up for it.
there's a certain magic to waking up early in December. There's this silence in the crisp morning air, a calmness before the world is awake. You can hear the snowflakes softly landing on the snow-covered roads, gently ringing against the window, covering our little town in a blanket of whiteness. Neige Valley is a picture-perfect postcard town during Christmas. Everybody decorates, from the shops to the residents. The enormous tree goes up in the middle of town with an ice rink around it. There are activities every day for all age groups. It really feels like we live in a Hallmark movie during the holidays. Getting up from the couch, I stretch and make my way to the kitchen. It may be Monday morning, but there's no better way to start a new week than making a hearty breakfast.
Nice. Awesome. Good. So this is a little bit more like setting the stage, like opening everything.
Right.
Um, rather than like being right in the thick of it and like character dialogue and stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, so what does this kind of remind you of? I kind of think of like, the narrator for like Desperate Housewives who kind of opens and closes the episodes or like a little bit of like, I don't know, like it's got like an at home in Mitford kind of like vibe or like a, I don't know, like if you had a I don't know, like with Mountie
Um,
Jack or something, like one calls the
yeah.
heart vibes or something,
Okay. It makes me think
Yeah.
of Disney put out a movie a couple years ago that was a Christmas movie called Noel with Anna Kendrick.
Yes.
That's just kind of
Yeah.
like she kind of sets the stage there in the beginning, and
Hmm.
I only think of
Yeah.
that because we watched it over the holidays.
Yeah, no, I watched that. Yeah, I didn't watch it this year, but I watched it
Yeah,
when it came out. Yeah. Awesome. Great. Yeah, so that's a good like, concept of like, okay, it's kind of this style, this kind of energy. This is the audience that I'm targeting. So yeah, I think that was a really good first take. I feel
okay,
like you've got a little more of that like everything's happy and smiley kind of like heartwarming kind of an
right,
energy. And like the town sounds like it's like, the Gilmore Girls little town they live in or something.
right.
So I think that's great. Was there anything you noticed, for instance, like point of views towards specific things or um, like different sections that you were like, oh, I could shift my tone a little bit there? Um, was there anything that stood out to you as like, this is a really important thing to lean into and highlight a little bit more? What do you think?
I think that the last phrase, like the last little paragraph, could be shifted into, out of the explanation of how cute my town is into, okay, now we're getting down to business. Now we're going to tell the story, um, like that. Um, I think that there could be like certain words in the previous paragraphs could
Yeah.
probably be accentuated differently.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I like your note of the like clear shift from
yeah,
like introduction to like, and now we're diving in.
right.
I agree with that. There should be like a clear transition and a feeling of like, we're moving into this now. So yeah, I would love to hear more of that. So you
Okay.
might take like a little bit longer pause there and then have some kind of tonal shift, like suddenly your voice is a
Okay.
little bit lower or you like slow down or speed up right there, something that like signals something changed here.
Okay.
And then I also want to hear, just really think about like the important places, the important people, the important events, anything that seems like an essential kind of component of this town.
Right.
Really bring those out a little bit more. Make sure
Okay.
we kind of like be sure they hear it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking maybe like a little more dreamy with the first, like,
I
oh,
love that.
snow-covered
Yeah.
roads, and then get
Hmm.
kind of a little
Because
more
it's
cutesy.
nostalgic.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that idea of it's like magical. It's like Christmas time in my town is magical. And
Right.
it's like, that little like magical Christmas spirit in the air and kind of like setting that dreamy like snowflakes are falling and the twinkling lights and all the traditions.
Right.
Yeah, I like that idea, making it a little dreamier and magical feeling, and then shifting to more like perky and personable. I like that. Yeah,
Okay.
let's try
All right.
it.
There's a certain magic to waking up early in December. There's this silence in the crisp morning air, a calmness before the world is awake. You can hear the snowflakes softly landing on the snow-covered roads, gently ringing against the window, covering our little town in a blanket of whiteness. Niche Valley is a picture-perfect postcard town during Christmas. Everybody decorates. from the shops to the residents. The enormous tree goes up in the middle of town with an ice rink around it. There are activities every day for all age groups. It really feels like we live in a Hallmark movie during the holidays. Getting up from the couch, I stretch and make my way to the kitchen. It may be Monday morning, but there's no better way to start a new week than making a hearty breakfast.
Nice. I really liked the tonal shift that you were going
Okay.
for, like with the beginning and the end there. I definitely felt like there was a clear moment where it was like we shifted. Um, and it does feel like, that warm feeling of like just waking up and like seeing the snow out the window and like it's like
Yeah.
warm and cozy. Like it feels very heartwarming. That's amazing.
Awesome. Yay.
Beautiful. Nice. So, I'm curious, what was your favorite thing about it?
Um, I think my favorite thing, honestly, was shifting the sounds, like working slowly into the person, the point of view person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Awesome. So then, um, so if there was maybe one thing that you felt like you wanted to tweak at this point, what would that be? Because honestly, what you did, I was like, I could definitely see you just recording it like that. I
Okay.
could see an author loving that. I feel like it fits the style. It like worked. Like I was like, this is gonna be easy for you. Um, and so that's why we picked it. But if you were gonna say like one note to yourself that you're like, okay, if I record it right now, what would that note be?
Um, Goodness, that's a good one. Um,
I like to pick like one focus each time I do it, just to give myself like this time I'm going to try it a little more bubbly. This time I'm going to try to be very warm. This time
okay.
I'm going to do it with a little bit more of like some humor mixed in or something, like,
Yeah.
so I just like pick a kind of approach.
Okay.
Um, and then I listen to them all and I go, which one do I feel like really leans into what the author is saying they want and like what the notes are for the audition. But you'll learn different things too from each take. So like thinking of what you just did, I actually thought it was beautiful. It feels very like you were saying, like a Disney holiday or like a Hallmark Christmas. It feels very magical, like
Right.
happy holiday world. Um, so I liked it, but if
Mhm.
you were going to tweak something, what would you tweak?
Well, I'm wondering if the first paragraph, if it wouldn't be better to be a little bit more bubbly so that it fits with everything else, not as like
Yeah, like a little more
storybookish, but
continuity.
yeah.
Yeah. So what I would say is possibly for the actual book narration, I
Hmm.
might do that. In
Okay.
auditions, I usually try to say, how much variety can I fit into this
Okay.
short, like 60 seconds to 2 minutes? Um, and the reason is I want to give them like the opportunity to hear because they're only going to know that I can do the things I show them. They're not really like imaginative or like, oh, I'm going to believe you can do this thing I didn't hear. They
Right.
really only know what they hear. So I tend to go like, I'm going to have this at the beginning and then this in the middle and then this at the end. And I want to be sure that I show them some variety. So probably if I were doing the audition, I would try to pick like a beginning, middle, and end emotional color or like a pacing shift or like a pitch change, like something that's gonna show them like this is me when I'm happy, this is me when I'm sad, this is me when I'm scared, this is me
Okay.
when I'm having a sense of awe and wonder, this is
Right.
me when I am furious,
Yeah.
so it's trying to like fit as much variety in as I can into that short moment. So I probably, for the sake of the audition, would
Right.
recommend doing some variation
Okay. Okay.
personally.
Yeah.
And then they might be like, hey, I love that energy later. Can we do that straight from the beginning? They
Okay.
might give you that note.
Fair enough. Perfect.
Um, yeah. So yeah, I loved it. Honestly, I thought it
Okay.
was great. For the second one, I do think it's going to be a little more like action. So a little higher energy, probably a little edgier. The last one, I don't know. I
Okay.
didn't look at the script, so I don't know. You'd have to look at it.
That's
Um,
okay.
but I think I would try to get this audition in this weekend because
Okay.
I think honestly, like you're like perfect for it. So
Okay. Yay.
yeah, I like honestly, what you did for me just now is like that was great. Like that's exactly. I was like honestly,
Look at
that was
me taking
perfect.
taking instruction well.
Yeah,
Finally.
I was like honestly, that was great. I would love that. So yeah, so I think that's perfect. And then you've got the other two just for,
Yeah.
some other possibilities. Um, so eh. If you want, you could send me the recording after you get it done,
Okay.
and I could take a listen to your
Okay.
audition because that'd be
Yeah,
great.
absolutely.
And because I think it is such a good genre for you and you sound perfect for it, I would go ahead and put this like as a sample clip on your profiles too
Oh, okay.
when you're updating your profiles.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's just like you're a shoe-in, You're
Yay.
perfect for the genre. So I think people would really enjoy it. Um, and I also would say like when it's a short clip like that, you
Mhm.
know, you can post it on things. I would say, you never want to do like a big recording or anything, but if you have like a short snippet, like a 30 seconds that you want to feature or something, it's not a problem if you put it on your profiles,
Okay.
or like a 60-second. Yeah, but I would say like if you're gonna do like I'm gonna go on TikTok and do like
Right.
a really long narration of the chapter, like get permission and then like post and be like, it's by this author and it's from this book. Check it out,
Right.
collaborate with them on that, tag them, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, but like if it's just a snippet, like go ahead and put it on your profiles. So
Okay.
cool.
Easy. Yay.
Awesome. I'm very happy to hear that. I'm sad about your brother, but I'm
Yeah.
happy to hear that your work situation is a lot better now.
Yes.
And also I hope it sounds like too, like some jobs don't work very well with voiceover because like your voice gets tired. It
Right.
seems like it's probably a good job that's like you can preserve your voice.
I
I love.
can.
Yeah. That was something like early on that I was like, well, if you're like working a customer servicey kind of job or it was something where you're talking a lot and then you're also
Right.
trying to do voiceover, you're just like, oh, I'm so tired. Yeah, so I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, yeah. So, and the one job for the school I do at home. Like I just go there and pick up paperwork and then
Yay.
head home and do it here. So it's
Which saves you
so
time
nice.
and you can like switch between. You can be like, I have a lunch break.
Yes.
I'm gonna go do an audition.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Love it. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
I
Very
know.
cool. Well, it
Yeah.
all sounds like it's going well, like
Yes.
it's all kind of falling into place. I know we have to sometimes be like, budget wise, I can't focus all my energy on voiceover. And you're going to have seasons where it's like when it rains, it pours. And then you're going to
Right.
have seasons where it's dry and you're like, well, this
I know.
sucks. Um, so keep that in mind too. But
Okay.
that's why like building up relationships with people is so important. That's why I was like, be sure you reach out to that guy.
Right.
Um, and then I would say just like start compiling a list of like your voiceover world contacts. And I would say even just like once a year, like in January is a good time. Update all your profiles and then like send out a message to people and be like, hey, Tom, we haven't chatted in a while. I saw that you did XYZ. I'm so excited for you. Congrats. And be like, I just wanted to give you an update on like what I've been up to. And like, I hope your, puppy's thriving. And, I saw on social media you and your wife went on a vacation that looked so fun.
Yay.
Here's what I've been up to. Would love to collaborate again in the future or whatever. And then, you just kind of like stay in touch with people. Um, so like once a year at least, just like touch base with people and like, try to like follow them on social media and just like their stuff or comment and be like, this is awesome. Congrats.
Yeah.
A little goes a long way. And it just
Okay.
like keeps you in their mind too. And I mean, the thing is, people want real connection and
Right.
relationship. And so I think that having like authentic relationship goes a really long way. I have seen over and over and over again, people will go with the people they know and they like
Yeah.
over somebody that's like more highly skilled or like more experienced again and again. So if they like you and they want to spend time with
Yay.
you and they want to work with you, it's good. It's a
Yeah.
good thing. So yeah,
Absolutely. Okay.
yeah. That's why you'll see people like work with the same people again and again. You see like actors and directors and you know, writers are like, oh, I want to work with those people again. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. So yeah, I think you're in a
Yay.
great place. I took lots of notes on where we're at with everything.
Okay.
Did you want to go ahead and set up like for about a month from now?
Yeah, because if I don't, I'll forget.
Samesies.
And
I
I'll
feel
be
you.
like, wait, it's been a minute.
Oh, over the holidays, I was like, she's
Ah,
busy, I'm sure.
yeah.
Plus, I knew you had said that you had like new work stuff going on. I was like, that life changes are just tricky.
It really
Um,
was. I'm usually really
yeah,
good at responding to people, but I
it's
think the day that I saw your message, I was doing something else and I was like, I gotta get
I
back to
do that all the
and I'm
time.
like, oh my
So it's
gosh.
like if I open the message, I'm like, I must respond now. So I'll be
Yeah.
like, I'm so sorry. I accidentally clicked on this. I have to respond or I will forget. Because I will think in my brain of the response and I think I did it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I never messaged you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, please
No.
just message me again. But yeah. But over the holidays, I was like, she's busy.
That's
So
okay.
let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We could do like, is Sunday good? Do you want to do the 8th or the 15th?
That month, could we maybe do
Yeah,
like Thursday
sure.
afternoon or
Yeah.
Thursday evening?
Yeah,
Evening would be
absolutely.
better. Okay.
Okay. Are you Central Time? I forget.
Eastern.
Eastern. Okay,
I
sorry.
don't know why I had to think
Yeah,
about that.
you're good. So you said Thursday evening?
Yes.
Actually, that day I have anytime 4:45 on Eastern Time. So what works best?
Can we do 6 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds good. So that is
Yay.
February 12th,
Awesome.
6 p.m. Great.
Okay. Thank you.
I was planning to see you then.
I know. I'm excited.
Me too. That's great.
Yay.
Now I'm confused because it
Oh.
should have popped up and it didn't. Oh, okay. It did. It was the AM PM issue. 6 p.m. you said, yes? Okay.
Yes,
I knew
not
it.
AM, please.
I know. I'm like, I don't wanna. I was like, where did you go? I was like, oh, you're up there.
Oh,
Okay.
yay.
Perfect. All right. So we'll plan on 6 p.m. Thursday, February 12th.
Super.
And after you get your audition recorded, go ahead and send that over my way because I'd love to
Okay.
hear it
Should I send
again.
it to your email?
Yeah, the sound
Okay.
quality is better that way. And
Okay.
also
And
like
then
just from my phone, like I like to hear the details. So I like to be able to put on like my actual headphones or plug
okay.
in speakers or whatever and like yeah,
Okay.
get a
So
little
then
more
you can tell
detailed.
me if there's a bird in the background or anything.
Yeah. Like a very, very faint train whistle in the distance.
It wouldn't surprise me because I have a train right behind my house. So
Oh,
yeah.
I actually have one that comes by and it's like I kind of know like about when it comes by, like it's pretty regular at the same
Yeah.
times. And I was just like, just take a snack break.
Take a little break.
Yeah. Get a snack, take a walk with my dog,
There
whatever.
you go.
So
There you go.
stretch my legs. Yeah,
Yes.
because it can
Okay.
get just where you're like, I've been sitting in this chair for hours. Well, awesome work today. I'm so
Yeah.
excited to get back on track. You sound lovely on this audition. Submit it today. You're
Okay.
great. You're perfect. So I hope, keep my fingers crossed for you. Try to get that royalty share plus deal,
Got it.
and I will chat with you soon.
Sounds good. Thank
All
you.
right. Bye, Christy. Thank you.
Bye.
See you soon.